What's up, y'all? So today I'm gonna talk about why you should cut in the barbershop as opposed to cutting at your house or on your porch or garage. So the number one thing of why you should cut in a barbershop is feedback. So when you cut in the shop with other barbers, if you're a beginner, um, you'll realize that you're starting to make a lot of mistakes, and not every client is going to be pleased, but you want to know how to get through that situation. You're going to need a teacher or somebody who guides you in the right direction and can tell you what you're doing wrong. So if I'm a beginner and I start working at a shop and I'm making mistakes, I'm looking for a teacher. I'm looking for somebody I can look up to, and so I can be a better barber. School teaches you a lot, but it doesn't teach you everything. School is half the battle. So once you get into the shop, you're gonna get better, but you need a guide. You need somebody who guides you. So number one thing is feedback, and iron sharpens iron. So the better you get, if I'm a barber and I have somebody new coming working with me, I want them to cut on my level or above my level, because that way I can start to learn from them. So look at it like that. So that was number one, feedback. Number two is you can feed off of each other. So if you're working at home by yourself, cutting hair at your crib or in your garage, that's cool and all, but you can't really feed off of anybody else. Like it's almost like working in an appointment only shop. It's only what you can get off of your marketing. So if I'm working at a shop with multiple barbers, say one barber doesn't show up and they call you and say, hey man, I can't make it today, but can you get a client for me? Or they might just walk in and go to you anyway. That's how you feed off of each other. If you work in a shop and y'all got a brotherhood, a good relationship with each other, there should be no problem with that. And that's a good way to test client loyalty. So not every client you get is going to be loyal to you, so be wary of that. But yeah, man, you feed off each other. When you go to Walmart and you see all those companies surrounding Walmart, you might have a Sally's, you might have a Dollar General, a Five Guys. They all feed off each other. Somebody might come out of Walmart and be hungry, so they go to the Five Guys. So that's kind of how the barbershop work. Y'all got your own sections and y'all doing your own business, but at the same time, when somebody else is lacking, you can pick up their slack. So that was number two, feeding off each other. Number three is you get to borrow each other's equipment. So this is something that before you start doing, you have to set boundaries with each other. You have to respect people's rules, because even though we work in the same area, the same shop, everybody has boundaries. So before you start borrowing people's equipment, make sure you respect their rules, their boundaries for using their equipment. Me personally, I don't mind people using my equipment as long as they return it clean. So that's the third thing. You get to borrow each other's equipment. If you're working by yourself, if you're missing a clipper or you're missing a guard, you have nobody else to rely on. You either have to leave or try to cut without it. And that's kind of working against you. So that's number three. You get to borrow each other's equipment. Number four is that you can learn new cut techniques. So if you're cutting and you don't have nobody to look at, all you have is YouTube videos, and that's okay, but it's nothing like being able to watch somebody else cut right in front of you. So if I'm a new barber and I just started working at a new shop, I'm not gonna know how to tackle every situation. So in times like that, I can go watch the owner or a barber that I know has been in it and is more experienced. So I'll watch that barber, and if I got any questions, I'll ask them questions. Don't be scared to ask questions. Don't let your pride get in the way. The faster you put your pride and ego to the side, the quicker you learn. So don't let that pride and ego get too big. That's gonna stunt your growth. So put the pride and ego to the side, and you'll start getting better way faster. So that's number 4, that's new cut techniques. And the last and final one is networking. So if you're cutting at the house as opposed to a barbershop, you're gonna be cutting the same people over and over. Nothing wrong with that, but if you're cutting in a barbershop, you get new people coming in, you get to meet the clients of the other barbers, and a simple conversation could change your life. Put it to you like that. Simple conversation could change your life for the better or for the worse, but we just gonna stay positive and say for the better. But yeah, networking, man. Every new person you meet has a different skill, and all you gotta do is talk to them. And you know, if you find that skill useful, take their number down. Maybe y'all can do business in the future. So I'm gonna just run it back. Why cut in the barbershop as opposed to maybe your house or garage or something like that? First of all, number one is feedback. Iron sharpens iron. You get criticism. Number 2, you get to feed off of each other. Think of Walmart. Think of all the businesses, tenants that's operating around Walmart, Five Guys, Sally's, Dollar General. They all feed off each other, you know? So number 3 is borrow each other's equipment. As long as you respect each other's boundaries, you should be okay. Number 4, new cut techniques. If you don't know how to handle a situation, you look at another barber, see what they do. If you feel like you can implement that into your repertoire, you win the money. And last but not least is networking. Every conversation, every new person you meet could open a new door for you. So I hope that helps y'all out. I'm out.